Okay, we were talking about challenges, and as product managers, we are good in resolving them. Sometimes it can be taking us a bit longer, but there we are. Thank you so much for everyone who bear with us. Apologies for the little technical issues, but we are all girls here and we are all pretty, so you will forgive us. So, going back to our agenda, we are going to talk today about how we deliver value to our clients, and we are going to talk what are those good things we can extract from being a product manager in a service company? What are the advantages? And what I was saying earlier is that, yes, always there are challenges as well throughout this way. But in our practice, in our experience over 30 years now, we have managed to cultivate the knowledge and to be extremely creative and innovative when it comes to solving those challenges. So we have our shortcuts, we have our tips and tricks, which we hope will be valuable for you as well. And last but not least, we will be talking about the value proposition to our clients, how we are positioning our product management expertise, and how we believe it should be positioned so that it's bringing additional value to our clients. So, shortly about ourselves, my name is Anna Kermekchieva. I'm located in Sofia, in Bulgaria, and I'm Product Management Office Director here in SoftServe. In my practice, I have been working in B2C and B2B with B2C and B2B products. Uh, I love working with data, and I truly believe that the customer experience in general is the way to move forwards. Providing exceptional customer experience is what drives loyalty. It what drive retention. So this is something which I'm significantly interested in. And today with us is the amazing Tanya Strelchuk. Tanya.
Yeah, hi guys. So happy to be here. So over the last 8 years, I was mainly focusing on the product experience, like product management, and I like to think about myself as a hands-on practitioner. So I'm working with different customers all over the world, and I've been kind of engaged through the super early stages of the idea, shaping up to a more kind of mature product growth and evolution. Happy to be here, and hopefully we'll share some good stories, our customer stories that might be valuable for you too.
So thank you so much, Anya. We believe that we are not a typical service company. Why? Because we don't simply provide delivery support. We assume and we consider ourselves as an organization to be the gateway to innovation for our clients. And this is exactly why the product management expertise in our organization is so critical, because we rely on it to unleash the potential of latest technologies to drive not only end users success and value for end users, but also to drive business success for our clients. And I know that it's easier to be said than done, and that's why we are not going to go into the theory and show you bullet point after bullet point what are the best practices. But we decided that we will start and kick off this session with few practical examples. Anya is leading a team of more than 20 product managers, and we have cherry-picked some of the cool stories which she will share with you. And after that, we'll summarize the rest of the commitment we did at the beginning of the session. Anya?
Yeah. And during the preparation for this talk, we were discussing with Anya about the cases that we want to highlight and to bring and discuss here. And we pick up 3 cases that might be interesting to talk about, but also that shows the diversity of experience our product managers can gain here at SoftServe. So the first one is basically kind of a B2C focused product opportunity. So the business case behind is one of the kind of iconic company that is creating and producing and selling awesome bikes reach out to us, and they've been looking for kind of extending their digital experience and digital engagement with their end consumers. And they were looking for a way how to basically establish like some continuation of that engagement with the consumer, like from not only like riding a bike, but like what's during the ride, what's afterwards, and engaging them and engaging like end consumers in the world of like community and digital. And they basically it's kind of a partnership deal. So we worked through with one of our like partners, so with folks from Google, and we started at the very early stage. So we started with the idea, and it took us approximately 5 months from the initial idea up to shipping a product to the hands of the end customers and users. How we did it. So once there was like a green light that we're moving forward with this like product opportunity, we mobilized the team of the kind of core product team. So this is like the common term that we use here at SoftServe, like basically a multidisciplinary team consisting of the product manager, like product designer and architect. And we've spent like the first 4 or 5 weeks focusing on shaping the idea and turning it into the product concept and validating it. But also like testing the feasibility, because one of the challenges we've had here is basically how to organize like the streaming of the hardware device and to make sure that it is optimal and it provides like a reliable real-time insights over the ride for our end consumers. So how we did it, we started like and yeah, the idea like basically within those like case studies and customer stories, we wanted like to share from the inside like how we approached it, like what were the key challenges and what were like the key learnings, what worked well and what didn't work well. So yeah, like basically when we've received like a green light, we started with this like rapid kind of assessment, trying to understand like where we are. We started from the market screening and taking a look at the market context right now, like what are the available like solutions that are available within that kind of market niche, what are the kind of key functionality that they provide, what are the must-haves, and what are the gaps and opportunities for improvement. So we get ourselves like pretty fast on board it was the context and the expectations from the end consumer side. So what are the things they do expect from such type of product? In parallel, we've started working with the clients like marketing and R&D teams, and they already did some good customer discovery, and we leveraged their insights to understand like where they stand, what are the available like insight that they managed to collect from their target audience. And then we kind of had a series of very intense kind of collaboration, basically brainstorming like sessions where we've managed like to bring together the business, the hardware team, the marketing team, the sales team into one virtual room. And we had a series of kind of facilitated discussions that helped us like to make sure that kind of we aligned like what are our target customers, like whom we are targeting, like what are the needs, what are the insights we gathered like from the market, from the end users, from the previous research. And it helped us like to shape some of the product directions and set of hypotheses for further validations. You can imagine like, so it's kind of in our like clients context, if you think like from their perspective, they also like struggle like to get an access like to end users. So being like hardware company first, they don't have like that kind of bulk kind of connections, but we've tried to be like very creative about it, is and basically understanding like the target audience. We started like to think, okay, how can we get an access like to those people? How can we get their perspective like earlier on this exploration like phase, trying to better understand like their context and their way of riding. And one of the benefits being part of a global company is that you have colleagues all over the world and of different and they have a pretty good network which we can rely on. So we started leveraging our network, global network, to reach out to the representatives from that target customer segment. Basically we managed to have a set of in-depth interviews and exploration discussions, trying to better understand the context of the writers and what is important for them in which context and what are the things that they struggled. And interesting thing that basically our core kind of product team, so during the whole kind of collaborations with our client during this early stage or this product discovery phase, we basically were constantly sharing and evolving our thinking about the product. Another interesting thing that we kind of pushed for is shipping the real bike and the real hardware to our Poland office, so that we can test in the in parallel the concept of the product, but also later on early working prototypes of the MVP. So we shipped few bikes, super expensive bikes to Poland, and our team were kind of testing, and we've engaged different representatives from the target segment, from the office, from our network, to have this initial kind of validation and to test some initial thinking in terms of the product vision. But yeah, during the first phase, we managed to streamline the work on the product concepts, and we as an outcome of this phase, we had a good understanding what we are planning to build, good understanding as the whole team. And then we basically kind of kicked off the implementation of it, basically iterative delivery of the software solution. Interesting thing that and on top that we kind of picked up during the implementation is that we collaborated with their marketing team to start pushing their analytics. So basically how we're gonna collect their usage data, how we would know the interaction with their end product once it is available in the hands of the end users. And we've basically worked with them to understand what are the key kind of journeys that we need to track, and what are the targets, what is important for us to understand the early adoption and to tweak later on the product once it is in the hands of the users. And in a nutshell, as an end of this 5 months period, we can argue whether it was too time consuming for the MVP, but we managed to ship the first version of the mobile native application, connected with the smart hardware, and basically having the launch of that kind of mobile product to the target audience of our customers. Definitely one thing I haven't mentioned here is that before the full launch, we had the phased rollout to test if everything was working, and to iterate on the tiny small changes and updates, and then we basically rolled out the solution to the early adopters of our customers, which was really good from the metrics side during the first introduction phase. So we had a really high adoption during the early first weeks of the promotion, and naturally afterwards it basically reached out some natural level of the usage, and we're basically keeping in touch with the customers, and we know that their marketing team and their hardware and product team are actively leveraging the product to engage further on with their customers by pushing some marketing related engagement on some promos and activation of the consumers. So this is just one of the example of the collaboration that we usually have with our customers. Definitely if you can imagine SoftServe has kind of offices all over the world, and we're working with different like customers all over the world, and we're working and tackling like different multiple use cases. But this is like a cool one because it's very nice kind of brand product, and it was exciting journey like to go through with our customers. A few things like for learning is like what we took from this opportunity is like first not having like an access like to the users, so we can challenge that and we can go like creative about it and challenge our thinking and clients thinking, okay, like who are what is the target audience we're targeting, like where those people are, how can we reach them, how can we engage them early on, like to understand the valuable context in which future solutions should be working. So you always like try to challenge it and don't expect that just like some senior like product leadership will bring that to you. You are the one to figure out that puzzle. And the second learning is like that thing, like shipping a bike over the sea during the COVID time and all that stuff. So that was also an interesting experience. So like challenge your company to get the things that are needed to create a solution, create a product that will have higher chances to be successful and useful for the users. And yeah, and also like the last thing is about analytics. So basically any kind of ideas that you put on paper, you put it on prototype, you iterate on, those are just ideas. Their actual like feedback and the actual insights happen when the product is actually in the hands of the user. So think smart about it. So think about like what might be the first thing we will ship to finally learn and iterate with the end users faster, so we can tailor and tweak the product to work in their particular context. So that one case that we wanted to bring up and discuss, and we actually have
a second one,
which is totally different.
Which is totally different, but this is part of the diversity which we wanted to express and to show. But we'll summarize it in a bit, Anya.
Yeah, so this one is kind of ongoing opportunity, ongoing like product journey that we are currently going through with our client, and it's basically the kind of the business case and the reasoning for this product is that renewable energy business is tough. So if to compare with a more traditional one, usually the margins and the profitability of it is questionable, so to say. And there are a lot of opportunities how to improve the efficiency of managing and operating renewable energy manufacturing. So, and that was like one of the main idea, and is one of the main idea of the product, actually the smart platform that helps you operate your renewable energy factory better and more efficiently, which will result in a more safe operations for your people, but also more efficient and healthy bottom line for your business. And it's ongoing like collaboration, product like journey we're going through with our customer. And how it started, basically, it started that it's kind of now the vision is that that will be an internal product, internal platform scaled across multiple like factories that client has. And once it is fully adopted on a few factories and tested within the use cases or business use cases that are relevant for renewable energy, it will be scaled commercially to external market. And now we are in the process of shipping the end-to-end kind of MVP of the first few hero and critical journeys for operating like renewable energy factory. So how we started this engagement, basically the customer reached out to us and asked for some help figuring out how to streamline the effort more efficiently, because they've been working on this enterprise product for quite a while. And they haven't been successful in incrementally shipping and delivering valuable capabilities for the factory. And what we did, one of our product leads joined their opportunity and started to closely collaborate with their client's product leadership team to refine better the vision and the focus for this platform. So what are the key kind of goals we are targeting with this product, what's the promise, and how that promise will be kind of realized in the incremental value delivery. And if you think about it, so it's kind of this product is being built by 5 product teams, which and it's important for those 5 product teams to be synchronized and focused on tackling similar outcomes. And what we've managed to observe first, that one of the problem that the team was facing is that not all of the product teams were streamlined and had a chance to be responsible and focused on the outcomes and value delivery. So some of the teams were just focused on insights, generating valuable insights that eventually some of the client customer facing product teams will take and implement within their user flow and introduce to the end users. And it wasn't working well. So one of the things that we suggested to change first, and we actually changed, is by realigning the product teams. So basically restructuring the product teams and helping them to be focused on their value and helping them to be responsible for delivering of their outcomes. So serving their own value chain, serving their own group of customers, and helping them get their work successfully completed with the help of this platform. And that was a really cool learning that helped the team to become more and more kind of efficient in terms of what they are targeting. So we're not just shipping features, but we're incrementally delivering over their value. So if you just to describe it in a nutshell, one of the key program level objective is in ensuring the uptime of their factory. So our team had the kind of the goal, how can we ensure improve the uptime? And they were thinking, actually by predicting that thing, we can potentially decrease the downtime by that amount. So this is looks like an interesting thing to tackle. Let's target that outcome and let's introduce those kind of prediction, those functionality to the end users to help them make better decisions. So first thing what we did is realigning their teams. Second thing that we did is decomposing the value. So we used their kind of opportunity tree and we adopted it per our specifics. So we basically where we had a series of joint collaboration sessions where we were decomposing the high level, longer term value levers and how they can be broken down into a specific tangible metrics, and what are the opportunities for us or for each of the product teams to actually tweak that matrix, move that matrix. And then we kind of converted that into a set of set of priorities, which we refined in their roadmap. Okay, so each of the stream, having the mission, delivering those outcomes. This is how they will be incrementally tackling delivery of that outcomes. And we were very specific that, while this is an horizon of what we are planning to achieve and planning to work on, this is a work in progress. So we will be constantly refining it and learning and adjusting like our roadmap and our plans as we go. So still in progress. Now we are working on automating some of the product metrics. So we want to have like an automated like dashboard, like showing the performance, because now it's a bit like a manual still. So this is like the next like area for us like to focus and to bring those insights easily available instead of like investing like efforts like framing and crystallizing them out of the raw data. We want them to be easily available for the product teams, like to understand like better and faster how they are performing. So in a nutshell, ongoing opportunity, we are integrated with the clients, starting from their product leadership level up to actually working on those kind of priorities and delivering and shipping like the value. Other interesting thing that we introduced and that helped us a lot is streamlining this continuous discovery and delivery process. So basically, being honest with ourselves, like about the things that we don't know, and saying, okay, this is an interesting opportunity, an interesting like problem to solve. Let's figure out like how we're gonna solve for that problem. And for those kind of opportunities, and for those type of priorities, we were basically planning, okay, like this is like the things that we know and we need to work on. This is what will be working within the delivery stream, and this is the areas where we need to get a better understanding like of the root cause of the problem we face and what's the best way like to solve it. So we were basically packaging those chunks of work for the discovery process. So for now, what we've managed like to achieve is to streamline the program, to make sure that we and the whole kind of all product teams are focused on their common outcomes, and which are breaking down, and each of the team like have a good understanding like which business metric they need to work on. And and streamlining like the continuous like discovery delivery process, and introducing frequent releases. So kind of chunking the work that we do, shipping faster, like learning from it and seeing like how it is working from the adoption side and what we need like to tweak. So basically de-risking their platform delivery. So this is like heavy lifting, which is happening now, a very exciting thing.
And this will be a long-term development, it's not simply the concept, it is something enormous and something quite big.
And there honestly, there are a lot of like learning. So especially like introducing a solution, introducing like platform, introducing product to operations, to factory, which is like in the operation, in the moment, firefighting, and how can you introduce that change in that kind of very operational driven environment. So we put a lot of focus on this kind of early adoptions and kind of introduction of this of the product, because it's important like to understand like that context in which our target customers, our users are operating. And so like
we have actually one question in the comments, so most probably it's the right time to address it rather than switching back later. When assessing a new opportunity and moving from let's discuss it to let's build an MVP, improve incrementally, to what extent are the product managers involved in budgeting, scoping work, and defining cost and efforts?
Good question. So usually that's the work of the product manager during any like discovery process, and definitely we may not like, so there is some like service context or service company context that we need to be aware. So we're not managing like the whole P&L of the product itself. But within any like discovery process, so we have a good understanding of we're basically like running the research like in close collaboration with the customer. So it's not like one team, one man show. In close collaboration with the customer, like we are running the research, we're understanding like what's the opportunity, framing the concept, validating it. Like we have a good understanding like how much it will take us and how much it costs to build it. And we have a good understanding like what kind of value it can deliver in terms of like some qualitative and quantitative approximation of it. So in terms of understanding like working on the new product, definitely the case and where we have a good level of like ownership and oversight. If we're talking about like some larger products, so usually there is some structure. So there are like the level of the product managers, like level of the like leaders, like product leadership, depending on how large the company is. And like naturally, some of their responsibilities and more strategic works are distributed across like senior levels. But the main kind of focus of the product manager anyway will be the same, like defining like and working with the high priority problems and figuring out like what's the best way like to solve them. So it
And
works.
validating whether they're painful enough and worth solving in general.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Thank you so much. We are accepting additional comments, questions in chat, so feel free to drop not chat comments on the stream. So at the end, we will return back to those on top of those that have been addressed at the beginning upon registration. Okay, and the third one, just to prove that not all our projects are long-term and not all of them are also including development.
Yeah. This one is interesting too, because this is an example of like shorter term engagement or shorter term service that SoftServe provide. It's basically kind of an assessment of the product and suggesting like the areas of improving it. So the client client reach out to us like with their ask to help him improve the conversion. And our client is working within their large like travel direction. So they are doing, I would say, like travel for B2B. So it's not like B2C large giants, but they have a solid like market of share within their kind of enterprise travel market segment. And there was like change like in management and the new product leadership team. They were looking for a way how to get a good understanding and third view of the state of things. And they reach out like to SoftServe was request like, can you guys have a holistic view on one of our more mature product? We are experiencing like challenges with low compared like to industry benchmark conversion rate. And we believe that there are some issues with the user experience and customer experience overall, but also like the kind of more tangible like flows, any kind of ideas that you see. And we basically started with a similar kind of approach. So you first try to kind of onboard as much as possible. So we had a kind of a series of interviews and both with the business leaders. So basically the folks that are selling this product like to enterprises. We had a series of interviews with their representatives from the end users and trying to better understand like how they are making the decisions, how they're using the product, like in which context, like do some observations, like how they actually getting like these jobs done with the help of the product. And then like we did like the comparative market analysis, like trying to understand a bit like broader perspective that not only like framed within the current product, but like broader market. What are the solutions available on the market? Like what they have, what are the kind of must-haves, what are the differentiators, what are the opportunities, and so on. We did the assessment, like basically the UX UI assessment. So we check like what are the issues from the end user like standpoint during the key key hero flows. And we've leveraged the analytics that they had already to understand like the data perspective. So basically mixing like this quality insights from the user interviews, from the market, from the assessment, usability assessment with the data-driven like insights that what actually data is showing us, like where the key kind of steps where the customers struggle and drop the most. And as an outcome, like we suggested improvements to their key flows, and we suggested basically a set of their improvements based on some hypotheses, and suggested them like how they can test like those hypotheses using the data that they had. So really short engagement, like relatively short engagement. So it took us somewhere around like 4 to 5 weeks, so maybe a bit more. I don't recall exact numbers. Sorry, but
5 to 6, if I recall properly.
Yeah. So, but basically during that time, like that's from the kickoff, like up to suggestions. This is how we are suggesting like to move forward, and that was kind of a set of list of the improvement that we suggest and how we're gonna test it, and some concepts of improving the key flow.
What's most probably extremely important to state here is that we just not did only identify those points, but we also suggested to the client what is the right validation approach, how they should proceed onwards in order to validate or invalidate those assumptions. And actually, we had extremely positive feedback, and we know that the client is currently on their way testing, validating those hypotheses, and transferring to implementation roadmap those things that are in fact proving to be helping them improve their conversion rates.
Yeah, definitely. And interesting like thing that actually like, so the client has a set of like different solutions for enterprise travel, so to say. So right after like this product, like they reach out to us like with some similar requests, like to assess like additional like products that they have in the offering. But yeah, like some of the challenges that we observed, it's like if you think about it, working within like a product, like it just like sometimes you don't have like that kind of external fresh view. So while talking with the representatives from the business, which know the product, they've been selling it like for ages, they know how the customers should use it and all that. That was like we've as a team, like we started like to outline like what are the things that we what are the facts and what are their impressions, their beliefs about the product. And a good thing what we did is by bringing those people to the interview with the end users, and instead of like asking leading questions to some specific like answer, we actually were exploring, and it helped us like to be on the same page and to reveal some of the challenges and issues that they were not thinking about, just because like they I don't know, they thought they knew everything about the product and the customers that they've been pitching that product to. So having a customer, having somebody from your team present on those interviews, and having an open discussion about the context of the end customers, like how they use, like when they use, what they do, letting them show you reveals a lot of insights that are like eye-opening for even those people that thought that they know everything about it. So that helped us a lot, like to pitch some of their different perspectives on where are the opportunities for improving the product.
It's like you have read the presentation 100 times, and you just sometimes need to zoom out in order to find the most obvious mistake on the first glance. Quite right. Thank you so much, Anya. So, if we have to sum it up, we do believe that those three cases are presented very well the diversity. And have in mind that those are just three out of hundreds of different opportunities and projects that we are leading in parallel. But we internally do have experience with B2C, with B2B, B2B2C products. We have helped startups find MVP, most probably not the most common case in our organization, but definitely we have helped some startups scale up, develop themselves further, grow either in different target segments or different geolocations. We have many enterprise clients. Usually, when we are referring to enterprise clients, those are traditional organizations which have some traditional business and they are trying to enter the digital space and take advantage of the positives, first of all, to sustain their competitiveness or even to excel and review new business models, new value opportunities for their business organizations. And on the other hand, we have clients which are digital native, which needs to constantly be embracing technology in order to stay at the cutting edge and to never lose their competitiveness and to constantly meet the increasing demand of their digital users. We have solid experience without various domains, healthcare, energy, BFSI, call it, most probably we have been there. And of course, most probably the strongest power we have and the most developed area of insights of SoftServe is the technology. We are technology experts, and throughout the years we have cultivated extreme talent in different technologies. And this experience among different types of products, different maturity of products, different domains, is giving us the confidence that we have extracted throughout the years best practices and positives and lessons learned from various environments. And we are accumulating this knowledge in-house. We are building on it. We are trying to systemize it for our internal usage so that we can leverage on it and we can build on top of it and we can excel our practice and we can share this information with our product managers. So going back to the initially discussed agenda, what are the benefits for product managers in service company? Just imagine if you are in a normal traditional product organization, from concept through MVP, through testing, validating, most probably failing, pivoting, going back to growing a product, eventually to sunsetting it and migrating users or just discontinuing the product. It may take years. While here at SoftServe, we have the opportunity to very often switch context. And in case our product managers are eager to learn fast, to excel in their development and in their career, they can change projects relatively often, and they can get this diverse experience in a relatively shorter time. So this is one of the greatest advantages. You have the option to experiment on different products, on different maturity stages, gain diverse knowledge, which you are accumulating for your professional and personal growth. Another area which we see as a huge advantage is that our product managers, in order to prove the value that we are delivering to our clients, they cannot simply ship features. No one will buy the concept, here is the feature, take it. We need to prove outcomes. We need to prove value. We need to be data-driven. And this is a muscle which you need to develop, which you need to constantly invest in order to position yourself and to be well accepted on the client side. And this is something that we are extremely good at. So this is another advantage which you can get as a product manager in a service company. I already mentioned that we have incredible synergy built throughout the last 30 years, but we have exceptional technology experts. We have amazing design team. And for those of you who have been engaged into product trio or product team, call it whatever you prefer, you know what is the value and how a team, not a single person, is delivering a product value. So this opportunity to work in teams which are cooperating very sufficiently, very efficiently, and without any prejudice is just a great opportunity which the service companies has fostered in order to deliver this value. You know, this is already a working wheel. You don't need to reinvent the wheel every time. Additionally, many of the service companies and we at SoftServe, we have teams which are specifically dedicated to foster this knowledge gained through this diverse experience and provide it in a digestible manner to our product managers so that they can kick off easier, they can switch context easier. So we are heavily engaging in this internal knowledge exchange. We are trying to set foundation where there is continuous communication and cooperation between not only inside the product team, but between the different product managers. And additionally, of course, in order to stay current on the ever-changing trends in the industry, in the profession, we are investing heavily in the upskill and in the education, internal and external as well, of our product managers. Most probably another huge benefit is the fact that as a technology leader, we are partnering with some of the greatest and most advanced technology organizations. Many of the projects, and Anya most probably can share a word or two, but we are developing in partnership with AWS, with GCP, lately with NVIDIA. And these are cooperative projects. We are not executors there. We are cooperating with Google product managers, with AWS product managers to deliver together the value. And this is advantage not only in terms of executing, but in terms of learning from proven product organizations which have very stable processes, which have innovative approaches towards delivering and developing products. So this is something which our product managers are taking full advantage of. Yes, we are not going to lie that there are challenges, but as I mentioned at the beginning, we have learned how to overcome them. Becoming one of the quants organization, and I'm sure that for a product manager, this is very often the case, you know, being the external party, you are part of a service company and you are not in the heart of it all. And most probably the question from Roman was kind of referring to this thing. How we usually overcome this question? We simply try to do our best to show extra mile attitude and to deliver value. Because once you show that value delivery is there, it no longer matters whether you are part of a service company, of a vendor or whatever. It matters that you are engaging, you are trying to understand the context. It's pretty much just like being a new product manager in the product organization. You need to catch up fast, you need to prove that you are capable, and once you do this, you are getting more and more responsibility. So this is the way we usually do it. Lack of domain knowledge, yes, it can be a challenge as well, because it is growing our people by switching context, but it also can be sometimes daunting, you know, to switch contexts very often. But here at SoftServe, we also have subject matter experts. Those are people who have solid domain knowledge in the most repeatable areas where we and domains where we interfere and where we have customers. On top of that, you know, with time, you quickly catch up and learn how to read through the wines, how to extract essence from, simple materials which we are trying to keep inside the organization related to the domain knowledge. And most probably the most challenging area, how to get access to the end users. And because yes, being in a service company, sometimes it's not so easy. Sometimes there is prejudice. Sometimes we need to be extra creative, shape a proto persona, as Anya mentioned, try to use our internal resources. We have employees all over the globe. Try to shape this persona. Try to grab someone from your colleagues to see whether most probably someone they know will meet this proto persona. This is the case in many projects that we have been on. We just recreate the persona and do the customer interviews. Or another way is simply to provide and to showcase to our clients what are the benefits of having real access to the end users. We are trying to share case studies or examples of our practice where these have brought additional value for our people. We are, though, flexible to go into any sort of cooperation model that we can have. Usually in large enterprises where they have many customer-facing units, different layers of the organizations, we can either go and communicate with the client-facing units. This is usually our marketing units, and most probably we can extract from them the key information. We don't need to always go to the end users. Or for digital native companies, which do have digital product management teams. Of course, there we act more as proxy product managers, and our main goal is to capture everything from the product team and then enlighten or share these concepts with our own product development team so that they are in a better position to innovate and to co-create together with our clients. And most probably the sweetest area and the most valuable for us is when we can actually get real access to the end users, because then the entire process is much faster. The continuous discovery process is putting us in a much more preferable situation where we can actually review value faster and we can validate our assumptions in a quite good manner. And why we do all this? We do it because we, once again, don't consider that we develop support. We grow outcomes focused teams. We grow and nurture this expertise internally. We invest in our people development. We invest in their upskill. We invest in their collaboration so that we can build teams which are capable to achieve desired outcomes autonomously and absolutely efficiently without additional supervision, without push. Pretty much their goal is to deliver value for our clients' business and for their end users. And pretty much this is what we are sending as a message to our clients. We cultivate cross-domain, cross-company size, cross-technology knowledge, and we share it with our product managers so that they are flexible to select the best from all words and wrap it and create a common understanding for the client team focus. We deliver outcome focused teams. We don't ship development. We don't ship features. We are trying to be our clients' partners and to help them grow their business and their companies in general. We have the ability to leverage diverse expertise and skills. And Anya mentioned how often on a project we need to bring somebody as a subject matter expert, or we need to bring somebody who is a technology expert from a different domain. And we have the internal resources to do this. So it's kind of easier for us to find how to cut corners and how to deliver value in a faster manner. And it's also our focus not only to be engaged with the development, but based on this knowledge and based on this synergy inside the company, we have good understanding how to improve our clients' processes. And this is the second case study which Anya shared, we are not only shipping product, we are not only engaged with the delivery, but we are helping our clients set up their product organization, set up their product management processes. So they have a solid foundation to build on top of it and to grow this muscle internally. This is most probably the most common case when our clients are traditional organizations, when they don't have the digital expertise internally, and they need somebody to help them kick this off, help them set the right foundation on which they can build on top. It's also important that we are sometimes zoom out. We are not that much into the details of the clients, into their kitchen, so we can provide fresh and unbiased view in terms of their products. We have solid, I would say, best practices and mature product managers who are here and who have learned in the last years throughout experience on different projects, different domains, and they can provide this knowledge and these skills to our clients. And last but not least, it's also important for our clients that we invest in our product manager sub-skill and their education when it comes to latest technology, when it comes to latest product management skill. So this is something that we are definitely strengthening continuously as an organization. Right now, we are proud that in the last 2 years, most probably, mainly, I have to say, due to Anya efforts, we have pretty much doubled our product management expertise. So right now we have over 45 product managers split all over the world. We have product management office, we have product management center of excellence, and we are very heavily investing in our product community. And with this, I will just tell that this is just the first of a series of sessions, and we'll be very happy to invite you to our next sessions, which we will announce very shortly. But in the meantime, let me see whether we have additional questions.
So we have a few. Do we have time?
We started 5 minutes later, so most probably let's just answer one. Anya, can you bear one? It's pointing towards you.
Yeah. So I can pick up like some of the questions.
Okay. Go.
Yeah. Let's start with the first one. So how product managers' role is different from product owners, and what are their commonalities? So honestly, it depends, and we need to understand like their responsibilities and that this specific person is covering. Because I've seen like lots of companies, especially like maybe enterprise-ish companies, that call the role like product owner, but the responsibility covers like the responsibilities of the product manager. So as a product manager, you should be responsible for the outcomes. So you understand like the constraints of the business. So what we are trying to achieve here, like what are the struggles, like how from the business standpoint, how the success look like, what are the constraints in which that solution from the business standpoint should survive and work. And you make sure that you're tackling like the first challenges and the most critical challenges like first, and co-create with the end users that solution that will work for them, that they can adopt in their daily routine, daily life, and that hopefully will deliver value to the business itself. So if you are responsible for that type of scope or areas, so you can think of yourself that you have this kind of product mindset, and you basically doing like lots of key responsibilities of the product manager. But also like in the kind of traditional, I would say more product mature organizations like product owners, it might differ. Like sometimes that can be just like business representative that is sponsoring, or for example, that's an internal product, and that business, let's say like head of finance, is the most engaged person to and the most interested like person like to get the outcomes of that product. So he might be called like product owner. In the agile and the lean software delivery world, so product owner is basically if you read through some of the kind of definitions of the role, so it's more kind of a person who is daily working on the level with the product team, and basically kind of working on the backlog and working on shipping things and making sure that it's shipped fast, efficient, and so on, in line with their goals and objectives. So in this software world, by the definition, it's more a person that is more rooted into the delivery process. And yeah, some of the like more kind of strategic areas can be just covered by either like product manager or some other title of person that is covering that stuff. So it's yeah. But Anya, from your
in general, my assumption is that, and it could be only me, but titles doesn't really matter so much. What really matters is to deliver value for your organization on one hand and for the end users on the other. Because either one doesn't really work. We, majority of us, do work for profit organizations, so we need to find the silver lining. We need to find the balance. And the main aspect is to deliver value. So whether called a product owner or product manager, focus on the value you are delivering as a expert, as a professional, as a person. And I think that with this, we'll have to wrap it up because we are ahead of time. Thank you so much. Please stay tuned for our next event. We'll soon be announcing a second webinar. We do hope that you enjoyed this one and will join us for the next one.
Yep. Thanks a lot, guys.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.